This course is for job seekers who want to gain the attention of hiring managers by creating better cover letters and emails. You're viewing the prototype video. In the next edition, there will be control buttons, transcripts, and other features. The menu shows the parts of the presentation. In the next edition, these will be hyperlinked so you can jump to any part of the presentation. So you need to introduce yourself to a potential employer in letter or email form, and you'd like to use that opportunity to catch a hiring manager's interest and attention. This might happen when you respond to a job posting using an email and attaching a cover letter and resume. It might happen in a standalone email. It might happen in an online application in which you're asked to upload a cover letter. In this course, we'll mostly talk about cover letters, but what we say will also apply to emails in which you introduce yourself or indicate your interest in a job. In the past, cover letters were often treated as a formality, a polite introduction saying, essentially, please read my resume and consider me for a position in your organization. Today, if you're a job seeker who's looking for ways to stand out to a hiring manager, a cover letter or email is a chance to quickly present yourself in a positive way. Put on your marketing hat and treat your cover letter as a way to say, hey, hiring manager, I'm a great candidate for you. Think of the cover letter as a sales letter. You are, in a sense, selling the reader on the idea that you have the skills, accomplishments, enthusiasm, and personality needed for this position. A cover letter focuses on two key points. Why I want to work for you. Let them know why you are enthusiastic about this job and/or this company. Briefly show that you know and care about their business, their mission, what they do in the world, their priorities, their concerns. And key point number 2, what I can do for you. Use information from the job description or posting and from your own knowledge of the industry and the position to let the reader know what you can do for that company or organization. We'll talk later about how to refer to relevant accomplishments in your work history to show your potential value to the employer. Before you start writing your letter, do your research about the employer. Online research can help you learn a lot. You can look at the organization's own website, Facebook page, or Twitter page. You can research their staff using LinkedIn or Twitter. You can learn about their competitors or professional associations that the company or its staff are part of. There are sites such as Glassdoor.com and, for retail companies, Yelp.com, where you might learn about people's informal opinions. Even better, networking with people who know about the organization can provide inside information. You can ask your contacts what the company culture is like, what they're likely to be looking for in a given position, and what challenges the company faces. Often you can find out things that you'll never know from reading on the internet. When you're networking with people who know the employer or the position, ask them, what do you think will be the most important to get this job? What qualities, experience, skills, knowledge, what's key? As you do your research, look for information that will help you form your statements about why I want to work for you and what I can do for you. Another source of information to help you target the employer's needs is the job posting or the job description itself. Read the description carefully. Pick out up to 3 key skills that you want to emphasize in your cover letter. See the article in the resources section called Analyzing the Job Description for more on how to do this. With the knowledge about the employer that you gained from your research, you'll be able to think about what to highlight about your own experience, values, and interests in your cover letter. Your cover letter or email needs to help the reader understand 2 key points. The first is your statement about why I want to work for you. Why are you enthusiastic about this job and this organization? From your research, you should have picked out some information about their business or mission, their priorities, or their concerns. Are they launching a new product line? Do they have a mission that resonates in your own life? Are they showing leadership or creativity that's meaningful to you, and if so, why? Show that you're knowledgeable about the company and that you have a reason for wanting to work for them that goes beyond a paycheck. You also want the reader to know how you can be valuable to their organization. There are two approaches to showing your potential value: accomplishment statements that refer to your work history, or a value proposition in which you say how you could contribute to the organization. Let's look at each of these in turn. A good accomplishment story or success story can be built from three elements: problem, action, result. The full story, which you can then edit for use in your cover letter or email, describes a problem that you faced, which should be a problem that's relevant to the job you want. It includes actions that you took to deal with the problem and results that you achieved. How were things bettered because of your actions? For maximum impact, quantify the result. Did revenues grow, and by how much? Did processes become more efficient, and by what percentage? Did outcomes improve, and what is a measure of that? These stories can be the building blocks for a more concise accomplishment statement that you can use in your cover letter or email. The best accomplishment story will provide proof that you're a great match to at least one of the key elements that you identified in the job description or posting. You can learn more about accomplishment stories and accomplishment statements and see examples in the resources section of the course. Accomplishment stories suggest your value based on the past. Value propositions are an assertion about what you can do in the future. When you're able to recognize and talk about the ways in which you can help a potential employer do what they do, or do it better, do it more efficiently, you can offer a value proposition. Your research and your networking can help you develop your value propositions by learning about the employer's needs and challenges. Looking at what competitors are doing and at trends in the field can also help you formulate your value proposition. A good value proposition can be a real game changer for you in your job hunt. If you're able to formulate a way that you can uniquely offer value, many barriers to employment may become less important or not important at all. Lack of experience, gaps in work, problem work history. If a decision maker can see some way that you can help that organization create more revenue or improve how they do things, they'll often overlook those issues or create a position when none exists yet. Check the resources section for this course to learn more about value propositions. In the resources section, you'll see a template for a cover letter and for a cover email. You'll also see an article with details about the components of a cover letter. Most experts agree that a cover letter should be short, no more than a printed page, so think about how to be concise. That said, if you've got a very strong case to make, take the space you need to make that case. Just keep in mind that since you generally want a cover letter or email to lead to an in-person meeting, you don't need to tell everything, just enough to get a hiring manager interested in meeting with you. While a very formal cover letter used to be the recommended style, the tone of cover letters in general now tends to be more informal and personal. You'll have to judge the tone or style of your letter based on the industry you're in, the culture of the organization you're communicating with, and the type of position you're competing for. Again, research and networking can help inform you so that you don't have to guess what to do. If you know that a company prides itself on being trendy and personable, then the tone of your letter should be trendy and personable. If you're in a creative field, your letter should probably demonstrate your creativity. Look online for sample cover letters for the position you're interested in. See what you find. In our examples in the resources section of the course, there's some very creative and personable cover letters. These kinds of letters are aimed at getting a hiring manager's attention. They won't work in every situation, but they could help you stand out in a crowded field. Here's a tool to help you critique your cover letter or email, or better yet, have someone who's knowledgeable about your field do the critique for you. You can download this rating guide from the resources section. The guide suggests criteria for format, content, and tone and style of the cover letter or email. To complete this course, JVS clients should use the assignment section to submit the text of a job posting or job description that you're targeting, your cover letter customized for that job. JVS staff will return feedback using the rating guide you've already seen. If you're not a JVS client, consider giving your assignment to a trusted advisor for feedback. A good cover letter can give you an advantage in the job search. In this presentation, we've touched on what cover letters and covering emails are for, researching the employer, targeting employer needs, the 2 key points, why I want to work for you and what I can do for you, accomplishment stories, value propositions, the form and components of cover letters and emails, a bit on tone and style, and a rating guide to help you evaluate your cover letters. We hope that you can now do a better job of gaining the attention of hiring managers through your cover letters and emails. The resources section of the course provides more articles and tools. If you have ideas or resources you'd like to share, post them in the discussion section of the course. Please be sure to fill out the post survey located on the course site. We hope you have a successful job search and a great career.